as we kick things off here in Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader. So one away on the ground out by Kellen Rapp. As we welcome everybody in, we had to start a new broadcast, so if you are looking for it, head to our YouTube channel, search 1490 The Score, you'll find it there. One out, nobody on, a 1-0 count to start things off for Caden Kunert. A strike taken for Kunert, a left-handed batter who hits with nobody on base, and one away against Cade Johnson. Check swing, he'll take strike 2. And it's a 1-2 count to the 2-hitter. Pitch is in the dirt. And it goes to 2-2. So we get things off and rolling here. The first batter, Kalen Rapp, grounded out to shortstop Brooks Avery. Ground ball foul, first base side. It will stay a 2-2 count here for Caden Kunert, the starting pitcher for the Nuggets. Ground ball right side. It's picked up by the first baseman. Martin. His throw to first will be just a bit off the line. It was going to be a bang-bang play for Johnson at first, and Caden Kunert's going to get an infield single. That'll be the first hit of the ball game for the Nuggets. One on and one away. As Kunert will beat out that infield single. Pulling Evan Martin well away from the bag at first base. He had a long way to go to be able to get to that baseball. One on. Kellen Willer will bat. He gets around on a ball but fouls out one way out of play for strike 1. Well, taking a look at your starting lineup for the video stream viewers, there's your starting lineup for the Grants Pass Nuggets. You can watch on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. We had to create a new broadcast for Game 1, and we'll get everything all squared away for you all there. Pitch just a bit high, a 1-1 count for Willer, batting third and starting at first base. Top of the first inning, one on, one away. 1-1 pitch from Cade Johnson is fouled off for strike 2. It appears that trying to stream at the highest quality of video and super high def is just, I need to make sure I'm not doing that anymore. As a ball fouled off the end out in front, stays a 1-2 count for Willer. Seems as if when I try to do that and stream it 1920, which is like super, I mean, not super high def, but that's high quality high def. Our cameras don't shoot that high. Probably should know better than trying to do that. Another ball fouled off by Willer. And the count stays at 1-2. Cade Johnson trying to get that first out, or excuse me, second out. A ground ball, third base side. It is picked up by Withers. Throw to first is going to be late. Bobbled it around at third. Didn't get it across the diamond in time, so everybody is safe. It'll go down as an error for Withers at third. Up to second base goes Kunert. And one out, 2 runners on. Grants Pass trying to take an early advantage. Cole Carnes, left-handed batter, grounds one. First base side, it goes off the glove into right field. This will bring in one for the Nuggets. At least 1 run scores, tossing it back in. Collins will get it to second base from right field. And that is Cole Carnes driving in Caden Kunert from second to give the Nuggets a 1-0 lead. Base hit down that right side. Martin got the glove out there trying to make a play on it, but it got by him quick down into the right field corner. So that'll be an RBI double for Cole Carnes to drive in the first run of the ball game for the Nuggets. First pitch in for a strike now. Runners at second and third. A.J. Elzy at the plate. Man at second and at third. Pitch in the dirt, a 1-1 count for A.J. Elzy. Behind the plate, catching for the Doc Stewarts is Knox Hubbard. Able to keep that ball in front of him. The 1-1 pitch catches the outside corner for strike two. So the Doc Stewarts give up a run here in the first inning. They'll have to find a way to come back from that one-run deficit. So far, at least that's where it stands. Pitch fouled away. Stays a 1-2 count here for Elzy. It was a battle last time on a 1-2 count for Caden Kunert. Or Kellen Willer, excuse me. Willer made life difficult for Johnson. Ground ball, or excuse me, line drive over the shortstop into left field. One run comes in. They're sending a second run in. It is cut off by Withers. No throw to the plate. And that is a 2-run single by A.J. Elzy. And Grant's Pass not coming out stunned after losing 2 at home on Monday against the Doc Stewarts. They put up 3 runs here in the first inning. There's still just 1 out. First pitch misses, ball 1 against Dane Kissel, the shortstop. Check swing and a ball in the dirt. 2-0 count for Kissel. Swing and a miss. 2-1 count. Kissel is the 6th batter to the plate here in the first. Johnson's breaking ball misses. 3 balls and a strike. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Pitch bounces in, and it's a 3. Make that a full. That is a walk. I thought it was, but the batter wasn't going. So kind of confused me there. That was a 3-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 4. And Cade Johnson, things have not, after getting the first out, things have not necessarily started great for him. He's given up 2 hits there, make that 3 hits. There has been an error. 3 runs in so far, and now he's given up his first walk. There's 2 on with 1 away, and Davis Carr will be the batter, the 7-hitter for the Nuggets. All right, so the video stream is now up on our YouTube channel, and you can find it at 541radio.com in the usual spot there. So it's always a scramble. It's always something. It's going to be that kind of summer. At the plate, the lefty, Davis Carr, takes outside for ball 1. So your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups, we've given that to you, and that is Cooper's Pest Control. When you're looking to build the best lineup for you, protecting your house this summer from those bugs, get in touch with Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. Strike taken, a 1-1 count here for Davis Carr. One grounder right side. Anderson gets it to Avery, back to first, not in time. The runner going home. A run will score, and it's 4-0 Grants Pass. There's 2 away. Docs needed the inning-ending double play, couldn't get it. A.J. Elzy moved to third on the ground ball, then took home on the attempt on the double play. Dane Kissel out at second. Davis Carr will not get an RBI, but a run will score as he gets on with a fielder's choice. 4-0 now. Grants Pass in front in the first inning. Ground ball towards short, backhanded by, under the glove for Avery. A runner off the bag at second, throw there, tag applied by Anderson to get Davis Carr at second base. So the Docs will get out of things as Ryan Deonti reached on an error. That is the second in the frame for the Doc Stewarts, but then the out made on the bases for the Doc Stewarts. Not the start they were hoping for. 8 hitters to the plate. 4 runs come across, 4 grands passed. There were 3 hits for the Nuggets, 2 Doc Stewart errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. It's 4-0. Doc's coming up to hit on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
In the first inning, they got 4 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 Doc errors.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Game 1 of our doubleheader here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for head coach Eric Savage and the Doc Stewarts. Brooks Avery, the shortstop, will lead things off, followed by Carson Dunn, the center fielder. Cade Johnson, the pitcher, will bat third. Daniel Withers at third base, batting cleanup, followed by Evan Martin, the first baseman. The second baseman, Logan Anderson, will bat sixth. Batting seventh, starting in left field, will be Sebastian Watson. At the catcher position, Knox Hubbard will bat eighth. And in the 9 spot is Cole Collins, the right fielder. Your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Give them a call. They're your locally owned bug assassins at 673-0363. So bottom of the first, Doc Stewarts with work to do, trailing 4-0. They'll face Caden Coonert on the mound, who misses high for ball 1 to Brooks Avery. Coonert, a left-handed thrower, always mixes things up for a hitter. Pitch high, 2-0 count, especially at this level where you don't see a ton of lefties. Avery will try to start things off on the right foot for the Docs here in the bottom of the first. He swings through for a 2-1 count, coming off of the doubleheader in that one for Avery. Only played game 1. He was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Swings through another pitch for strike 2. And he's got himself a 2-2 count. 4-0 lead, bottom of the first, nobody out. Avery with the 2-2 pitch. Takes strike 3 on the outside corner from Coonert. Avery had come in batting .314 on the summer and takes the strikeout to lead things off here in the first inning. 1 away, Carson Dunn will bat. Dunn batting .329 on the summer. And he gets hit by the pitch on the first offering from Coonert. And that is something that happens with regularity.
Now batting number 1.
For Carson Dunn, that's the 10th time that he's been hit by a pitch this summer. That leads the team. Doc Stewart's with 40 hit batters this summer already. That'll put Carson Dunn at first base with 1 away. Taking outside Cade Johnson for a 1-0 count. Stolen base check for Carson, who was hopeful to try and catch the single season record, but looks like he's probably going to fall just a bit shy of that. It would be great to see him get over 30 as it's sitting at 26 right now. As a ground ball chopper to third base, fielded, throw to second. They will get Carson Dunn at second base. The lead runner cut down. There's 2 away as Cade Johnson gets on with the fielder's choice.
Third baseman Daniel Withers.
That'll go down 5-4 on the put out. Kellen Rapp firing over to Ryan Diotti at second base for the second out of the ball game. Here in the bottom of the first, Daniel Withers batting, the cleanup man. Pickoff throw to first base. Leaning across the runner, diving back in. Kellen Willer able to glove that one. Save the ball from getting away. The lefty on the mound. Delivers home. Withers pops it up. Foul territory, out of the reach of Willer at first base for strike one. Caden Kunert out of Hidden Valley High School will be a senior next year. He earned first-team All-State honors as an outfielder. He's done well so far to start out on the mound here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Time called out to the mound will go Cole Carnes, the catcher for the Nuggets. Daniel Withers. Withers on the season with a .281 batting average. He's played in 21 games, making it 22 here. Foul tips one into the glove for strike two. Doc Stewart's given up 4 runs on 3 hits and a couple of errors in the top of the first. Trailing here, they've got a man at first, and that's as far as they've gotten so far in this one. The delivery from Kunert is high for Withers. 1-2 count. Doc Stewart's, they've got these 2 games here, and just to make note for you, Sunday night will be the last 2 games here at home this season for the Doc Stewarts. 1-2 pitch, a pickoff throw to first. So crazy to think that things are wrapping up here at Champion Car Wash Field for the summer. Feels like my home for so long, feels like I'll never leave. And then all of a sudden it's here. Pack it all up, get out of here. 1-2 count remains as Withers fouls one off. Did get an answer to the question on where the nickname Boone came from for Mr. Withers. So 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2 count. He was named after his grandfather, Dan Withers, legendary coach here in Douglas County. Legendary ball player in his own right. His grandfather, Dan Withers, gave him the nickname Boondog, which then was shortened to Booney or Boone. Kind of helped differentiate between the two Dan Boones. 2-2 pitch. Low and inside. Runner to second. In safely without a throw goes Cade Johnson. Now trying to help his own cause. The pitcher will steal second. A runner at second base. A 3-2 count at the plate for Withers. So there you go, the origin of Daniel Boone Withers. He takes high and will make the trek down to first base. Daniel Boone, obviously legendary frontiersman.
Next batter, number 16.
Much easier trip to go down to first base than probably crossing the wild, wild west back in the day, I'd imagine. It's only 90 feet for one. That makes life a little easier, right? Evan Martin will stand in, the first baseman for the Doc Stewarts, looking to try and do some damage with 2 outs. First pitch, big cut for strike one. Evan Martin, an RBI opportunity with Cade Johnson out at second base. Trying to get the Doc Stewarts on the board, trailing by 4 after the top half of the first inning. Martin hitting .333 on the year. Takes outside, a 1-1 count. Evan Martin with 14 RBI this summer. One of the better numbers on the team. Brooks Avery with 19 leads the way. And he's been in the leadoff spot most of the summer. 1-1 pitch. Chopper back towards the mound, waiting on it, fielded. Throw to first will get there just ahead of Evan Martin. And Kunert will get things through the first inning for the Nuggets. Doc Stewarts get a couple of runners on, cannot take advantage and cannot cut down the deficit. No runs, there were no hits, There were no errors for the Nuggets. 2 men left on base. 4-0 after 1 inning of play. We go to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
First batter for the Nuggets to lead off the top of the second inning, number 12, Jace Elzy.
The 9-hitter will lead things off for the Nuggets here in the top of the second inning. A 4-0 lead for Grants Pass. Jace Elzy will swing and miss on the first offering from Cade Johnson. Doc Stewarts Baseball brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Their new Sutherland location is now open. Check them out just there below the golf course. They've got state-of-the-art family medicine, urgent care, and lab services available. 1-1 count for Johnson. Elzy swings and misses for strike 2. So the Doc Stewarts, they won twice at Grants Pass on Monday. We were telling you about that in the pregame show. We're looking to try and finish off the series sweep if they can get 2 more here today as the ball fouled away. Stays a 1-2 count here for Jace Elzy. And it would be big for the Docs to do so. If they win 2 here today, there's a chance that they could be in a really good spot as the season wears on. As a swing and a miss for Elzy, a strikeout. First punch out of the night for Cade Johnson, 1 away. All strikeouts by Doc's pitchers, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Don't swing and miss with dinner tonight. Stop by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. 1 out. Ball fouled off on the first offering to Kellen Rapp, who grounded out to start out the ball game and then was followed by single, error, double, single, and that helped Grants Pass grab the early lead in the first inning. Rapp batting for a second time in as many innings. So the schedule sets up, if the Docs win 2 today, they'd be 7-5. Then they got to hope that Klamath Falls would lose 2 tomorrow. Or actually, it would be 2 on Friday against the Emerald Challengers. If that happens, then the Docs are guaranteed to be no worse than 3rd place in the Area 4 standings. So 1-1 pitch here to Rapp. Lines one to left field, base hit. And the Nuggets stepped off the bus today with their baseball bats in full engaged mode. They have come out swinging. They've got 4 hits so far through an inning and a third. 1 on with 1 away. Caden Kunert will bat. He had the single to right field. Left-handed batter just pulled that one out to Cole Collins in right. He'll chop one right side again. It'll be played by Anderson. They get the lead runner. Throw back to first. Got a double play. Doc Stewart's finish off the frame as Caden Kunert grounds into a 4-6-3 twin killing. Out at second base, Kellen Rapp on a pretty smooth turn there by Logan Anderson to Brooks Avery. Doc Stewart's cut them down in the top of the second. They still trail 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
First batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off.
Leading off for your Roseburg Clinton Newell Doc Stewarts, it's Logan Anderson, the second baseman, followed by Sebastian Watson and Knox Hubbard. Here in the bottom of the second, today's game brought to you by Flyway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts. Located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg, or you can give them a call at 672-5701. Anderson fouls off the first pitch from Caden Kunert, who will miss outside for a 1-1 count. So the Doc Stewarts, they have the tiebreaker against Klamath Falls. They don't have the tiebreaker against Medford. Medford taking on the challengers today, looking to try and win in that series. They got swept at home against the challengers on Monday. If the challengers win 2 against the Mustangs here today, they won't have clinched the league title just yet, but they'll be getting very close. (3-1) pitch out of Kunert. And Avery will take ball 4 for a leadoff walk here in the second. Doc Stewarts will try to take advantage. A hit batter and a walk, the only base runners allowed so far for Caden Kunert. He's walked 2 and hit the 1 batter. 2 of them, 2 base runners in the first. And the Docs will lead off the second with a man on with the walk. Sebastian Watson at the plate. Low and inside for ball 1 as the Docs trail 4-0. We'll see if Watson eventually looks to try and bunt. Didn't show it on the first pitch. Pickoff throw to first base. Not going to be there. Ball trapped underneath Logan Anderson, in fact. Went off the glove of Kellen Willer out there at first and got trapped underneath Anderson as he went diving back in. Anderson, I was watching back on the video stream today. He got hit in the ribs by a pickoff throw to second on Monday. That didn't seem pleasant. Throw down to second base in safely. Anderson will steal second. So the Docs don't necessarily have to try and bunt him over into scoring position. They'll take second, and it's a 2-0 count at the plate for Sebastian Watson as he took high. Throw down to second by Cole Carnes, just a late. 2-0 pitch goes to 3-0 now for Watson, and on the mound, Caden Kunert struggling to find the zone. We'll look at the defense for the Nuggets here in the bottom of the second inning. Give you a rundown of where everybody's at out there. 3-0 pitch, ball 4, back-to-back walks issued in the second by Kunert. Puts him at first and second with nobody out. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup as Knox Hubbard comes up to bat. Cole Carnes behind the plate, Kellen Willer at first, Ryan Diotti at second. In the outfield from left to right, Kellen Rapp, Dane Kissel at third and short. And in the outfield, I think I might have said that wrong. On the left side of the diamond, it's Rapp and Kissel at third and short. And then in the outfield from left to right, Jace Elzy, Davis Carr, and A.J. Elzy. Sometimes your mouth doesn't quite, your brain works faster than your mouth is keeping up with things. First pitch to Knox Hubbard is in for strike 1. Opportunity for the Docs to get on the board here with nobody out. Runners at first and second. Trailing 4-0 already against Grants Pass. Cunard's pitch fouled away by Hubbard out in front of that one. Got a piece of it. He's down 0-2 in the at-bat. So needless to say on exactly how the standings are working out right now, it's a big week coming up for everybody. Challengers are in as the host team for the state tournament, so they're in no matter what, but they'd love to win the league title, and they're in position to do so. So the 0-2 pitch misses high, 1-2 count for Hubbard. Medford losing their first two against the Challengers. If they could get two here, they'd be back tied with the Challengers, and Medford would have a chance at trying to win the league title. Doc Stewarts need to win two here. And they could almost be tied in the win column. As the ball goes to the backstop, the runners will move up 90 feet. Cunard missed his spot on that one, threw it behind the head of Knox Hubbard. Just probably didn't get the spin on the breaking ball he wanted there, and the ball sails all the way to the backstop. 2-2 count for Knox Hubbard, and now two runners in scoring position. And the Doc Stewarts are in a golden spot to try and at least get some of this deficit back. 2-2 pitch, high, and the count is full. Knox Hubbard, the walk would load him up. Base hit could get two and cut the deficit in half. The 3-2 pitch, high for ball four, and that is three straight walks to lead off this second inning for Caden Cunard. Anderson got on with a walk, stole second. Then Sebastian Watson gets on with a walk. A wild pitch moves both of them up. And now a walk to Knox Hubbard, and we've got the bases loaded. Still nobody out. The 9-hitter Cole Collins will bat. Haven't seen Collins at the plate in a few games. Collins, 2 RBI in his limited plate appearances, takes strike one. Collins is hitting .292. Doc Stewarts as a team feels like their average has to be coming up a bit. .282 batting average for the Doc Stewarts. 0-1 pitch for Cunard. Misses low and inside. A 1-1 count to the 9-hitter for the Doc Stewarts. Well, here you go, the moment the Docs were hoping to try and get an opportunity to take advantage for. Ball hit towards left field. That ball well struck by Collins. It's not going to get caught. Elsie will chase it all the way to the wall. 1 run in, a second run coming around. They've got Hubbard going to third. Holding at second is Cole Collins, who will drive in the first 2 runs of the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. Docs will cut the deficit in half on a 2-run double. And that is the first hit of the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. Comes off the bat of Cole Collins, and every first hit is brought to you by MSK, True Value in Building Supply. Make sure that your summer projects are a hit. Stop by MSK True Value in Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. So Anderson and Watson both score. Top of the order here, Brooks Avery up to bat. A 1-0 count to start things off. Knox Hubbard went first to third on the double, and Cole Collins stands at second base. 4-2 ball game. Docs back in this one in the bottom of the second. Cunard's 1-0 delivery, bounces in, heading in from third as the ball rolls halfway up the screen behind home. Easily scoring, Knox Hubbard up to third base goes Cole Collins. So a wild pitch, bringing in another run for the Doc Stewarts. Still nobody out. It's a 2-0 count for Brooks Avery, who struck out looking in the first. First inning went somewhat smooth for Caden Cunard. Struck out Avery. He hit Carson Dunn, but got help from the defense as he slips as he delivers into Brooks Avery there. 3-0 count. Just lost his placement on his plant foot on the artificial turf mound. But here in the second inning, walk, then a double, and the Doc Stewarts have gotten on the board. Strike across on the 3-0 pitch to Avery. 2 wild pitches here in this second inning as well, helping out the Doc Stewarts. Caden Kunert. The 3-1 pitch popped up, foul, back behind home and out of play. Brooks Avery, a full count. 3 runs in for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the second. They trail 4-3 still. 3-2 pitch, outside and low, and there's another walk. That'll be the 4th walk here in this second inning. 5 walks total and 1 hit batter for Caden Kunert. And that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound for the Grants Pass coaching staff out to have a conversation on the bump. They'll bring everybody in as they get a chance to talk. Avery on at first, Cole Collins at third. Docs with 3 runs in so far and nobody out in the second inning. Doc Stewarts baseball brought to you by Colorcraft. They're a paint store. They're not a paint department. Carson Dunn hit by a pitch his first time up, will be up to bat next. Elsewhere in Legion baseball today, you've got the Pepsi bottle caps. Pepsi bottle caps are on the road against the Sheldon Irish for a doubleheader that got started at 4:30 this afternoon. So they're about an hour into that ball game, probably getting towards the later stages and wrapping that one up. Yesterday, the Dr. Randall's Crowns were taking on the Grants Pass Miners. They won 15-7.
Carson Dunn.
Also yesterday, the Bowers Industrial Loggers sweeping Cottage Grove 12-11 and 17-2. That's other Legion, local Legion baseball scores for you there from yesterday. 4-3 the score here. And time called before I thought there was going to be a balk there for Caden Kunert, but time was called by Dunn before the pitch. And a pitch in low, a 1-0 count as Brooks Avery will steal second. Carson Dunn was showing a bunt. Pulled it back as the ball was in the dirt. Avery at first base was running all the way. He swipes second base. Runners at second and third. Just outside for Carson Dunn, a 2-0 count. Dunn drew a hit by pitch in his first at-bat. Was out at second base on a fielder's choice by Cade Johnson. 2-0 pitch. Called for a strike inside corner at about the knees. Things have not been easy here in the second inning for Caden Kunert. It's got a 2-1 count right now against Carson Dunn. Swing and a miss. Dunn a little ahead of that ball. Got a big cut on it, but he's out in front. Carson Dunn batting .329 on the year. RBI opportunity for him here. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. First out here in the second inning for the Doc Stewarts. Second punch out of the ball game for Caden Kunert. 1 away, and it will bring up Cade Johnson. Cade reached on the fielder's choice in the first inning. Takes high and away. Cole Collins drove in the first 2 runs of the ball game with his double here in this second inning. Extra base hits and RBIs brought to you by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs in Douglas County and around the state of Oregon. You can book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. They have senior and veteran discounts available. 2-0 count for Cade Johnson. He pops one out to the right side, not very deep. Calling for it is Diotti. He'll catch at third base. Holding will be Collins. Withers coming up to bat. 2 down. A couple of the Doc Stewart's stronger hitters there in the 2-3 spots, and neither able to come through with a base hit to keep adding to this total in the second inning. Doc still behind by 1, looking to tie it up or take the lead. They've got 2 in scoring position. Withers will stand in. He belts one to left field on the run. Jay Selzy, that's over his head. It's to the wall. It'll one hop and get over. Docs will take the lead on a ground rule double by Boone Withers. A ground rule double, second extra base hit here in the second inning for the Doc Stewarts. Coming in to score was Cole Collins from third. From second base, it's Brooks Avery coming in. And the Doc Stewarts will put 5 runs on the board here in the second. Still have a man in scoring position as they will turn to Evan Martin, the 9th hitter, to the plate here in the second. Martin will take high for ball 1. Evan grounded back to the pitcher in the first inning. Well, if you were late arriving to the ballpark tonight, you've missed plenty of action. We've had 9 runs scored in the first inning and 2/3 so far. Sorry, that's not true. We've had, 9 runs scored, but we're not quite through 2 innings. We're 1 out shy of 2 innings. Two-0 count right now for Martin. Kunert delivers high and away. If you couldn't tell, you could maybe hear the gears turning in my head. For a pitcher, you usually do that. If there's 2 outs, they've pitched 2/3 of an inning. 1 out, 1/3. But when you're taking into account both teams, it doesn't quite work the same way. 3-0 pitch. Martin takes high for ball 4, and that's another walk. And the Doc Stewarts will bat through the order here in the second. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks here in the second, plus 1 in the first. 6 walks total for Caden Kunert. Out of the dugout, the coach for Grants Pass. And I'm not sure if it's an injury thing. Doesn't feel like it feels as if they want to make sure this isn't an official mound visit, because that would require them to make a pitching change. Kunert's going to stay in. He came over and talked with his coach along with the umpire. I don't know exactly what would be the conversation in that moment, if it was an injury thing or not. Kunert back to the mound, though, so he seems to be all right. There is no activity in the bullpen right now for the Nuggets, so it's on Kunert to try and get him through this, as he will face Logan Anderson for a second time here in the second inning. Anderson will take high for ball 1. Logan Anderson has now batted twice here in this same inning. He walked and scored a run in the leadoff spot here in the second. The 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner, 1-1. Daniel Withers at second after his 2-run double. Evan Martin at first after drawing a walk. 2 outs. Anderson swings through on the 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. On the mound, Caden Kunert trying to get through things here in the second. Long half inning for him. He'll slip as he pitches in. He ended up almost completely laid out on the mound. And he has not done well with his footing on this artificial turf mound at Champion Car Wash Field. Guys don't wear the metal spikes on this field. They can wear molded cleats, the plastic molded ones, or sneakers or turf shoes. So pitch inside goes to 3-2 now for Logan Anderson. There is a base open out there, so a walk here would load him up. But not everybody comes with the same equipment here to play at Champion Car Wash Field, so maybe just a shoe issue for Kunert on the mound, as he just hasn't felt comfortable at all here in this second. He issues another walk. Second walk here in the second inning for Logan Anderson. 7 walks total for Caden Kunert.
Number 2, Sebastian Watson.
Bases are loaded. Sebastian Watson, he drew a walk here in this second inning and scored a run. First pitch in for a strike. Just feels like every time Kunert delivers through, he is slipping and sliding with his footing out there. His 0-1 pitch, and he completely almost belly flops on the mound as his plant foot just gives out. And he needs new shoes. He needs something to get himself situated out there. I can't think of any pitcher in the world who would pitch well, not knowing where their feet are going to end up when they follow through. Another one as he goes diving down. That pitch ends up low and inside. And this half inning has gotten completely away from Caden Kunert here. A 2-1 pitch for Sebastian Watson. He hits a sharp one past the third baseman, Kellen Rapp, into left field. 2 runs will score. Up to second base goes Anderson. A 2-run single for Sebastian Watson. That's the third hit here in the second inning for the Docs. Every hit has resulted in a couple of runs coming in. So a bases loaded single drives in 2 for Sebastian Watson. Logan Anderson makes his way to second. Scoring was Daniel Withers and Evan Martin. The lefty Knox Hubbard will bat. He grounds one foul third base side. Strike 1. And I should have thought about this earlier. I wonder if we can tell what kind of shoes Caden Kunert is wearing out there. I think he's just wearing regular tennis shoes. 0-1 pitch. Gets a strike across. But every time he goes into his motion and he plants his foot, it feels like his brain has to be going from how am I going to either keep myself upright or support myself as I go falling to the ground, rather than where's my release point. He misses high as he goes to the turf again. It looks like he's just kind of wearing regular street tennis shoes that he probably wore before he put on his uniform here to the ballpark. And unless you've got kind of dedicated turf shoes or the molded cleats, I got to imagine it's not a overly stable surface out there to be playing on. Pitch misses behind the head of Knox Hubbard, 2-2 count. And it almost makes me wonder, is there somebody out there that could give Caden Kunert some cleats to play with? 7-4 the score. Docs have batted through. They're now with their 12th hitter at the plate. Knox Hubbard will take high and away, and the count goes full. And, it felt like you saw it on that last ball by Sebastian Watson. It was a hard-hit ground ball to third base, and it may have been a play that Kellen Rapp just wasn't going to make it at all. But when things go like this for a defense, they start to get lackadaisical and falling asleep when there's been a ton of walks as the ball fouled away. Knox Hubbard will stay at the plate with a 3-2 pitch. When a pitcher just can't get outs or can't find the strike zone, issue walks. The defense, a lot of standing around. Mind starts to wander, and you start thinking of other things. And it seemed like Rapp maybe got caught a little flat-footed at third on that ball by Watson. Here's one launched into the air out to right field, going back. A.J. Elzy, he underruns it. Actually, he overran it. Heading for third will be Knox Hubbard with a 2-run double. Every base hit, make that a 2-run triple. Every base hit here in the second is netted 2 runs for the Doc Stewarts. That ball laced pretty well out to right field, but actually overrunning the ball was A.J. Elzy. he was deeper than the ball ended up carrying. It felt like he had a pretty good read on it, and I thought it was going to be the final out, but Elsie got too deep. The ball drops in front of him, and Knox Hubbard will end up at third base with a triple. Another extra base hit brought to you by BTB Moving, and the Doc Stewarts add 2 more. It is now suddenly 9-4. First pitch outside for ball 1. Cole Collins at the plate. He had the double here in this second inning to start the scoring for the Docs. Got him back within 2. A 1-0 pitch outside. Cole Collins had the first hit of the game for the Docs, brought to you by MSK, True Value in Building Supply. Docs now with their 13th hitter at the plate. Taking inside, getting an ooh out of the crowd. That ball inside. Cole Collins spinning out of the way. Runner at third base is Knox Hubbard. Only man on. There's 2 outs here in this second inning. And out on the mound, the umpire talking with Kunert, who is now working with his, I don't know if he lost his shoe on that last pitch or he's just deciding to try and tie him a little tighter. But I feel like this inning is, the catalyst for this inning has been the tennis shoes. It's the sneakers. What do they say? A good artist blames his tools, but I feel like that's really where things are at here. There's a pitch in for a strike on the 3-0 delivery to Cole Collins. I just don't know how Kunert can focus on trying to hit his mark while he just doesn't know where his feet are going to be. 3-1 pitch. That ball to right field, and it will go off the glove of Elsie in right field, heading in for second, and that will be the second double in the second inning for Cole Collins. And he drives in Knox Hubbard. He picks up his 3rd RBI in the second. Knox drive comes in from third. It is now 10-4. Doc Stewart's in front with 2 outs in the second. Elsie out there, A.J. Elsie in right field, quite the adventure for him. Almost tracked that one down, but it was just out of his reach, couldn't get it into the webbing. Squaring to bunt, Brooks Avery puts a bunt down third base side. It is played by Kunert, but no shot at trying to make a throw to first to get Brooks Avery. So Avery will get on with a single as he lays down the bunt. Runners on the corners with 2 away. And the Doc Stewarts have now sent 14 hitters to the plate. This will be number 15. More than half the lineup has hit twice here in this second inning. Carson Dunn, the 6th batter for his second at-bat here in the second. First pitch strike for Kunert. So it was Grants Pass with an early 4-0 lead. Docs have now put up 10 runs here in the second inning as Brooks Avery wants to steal second. He will. Throw goes down to third base. Back in safely goes Cole Collins. Second stolen base in the second inning for Brooks Avery. It's an 0-2 count at the plate for Carson Dunn. The 0-2 pitch. Dunn will... How often... I've said this theory plenty of times before. How often is the first out the third out in an inning that bats around? Carson Dunn does it there with his second strikeout in the second inning. It's 3 punch-outs in the game for Caden Kunert, but walks were a big issue here in the second. Doc Stewart's put up 10 runs in the second inning, and they lead it 10-4. We'll go to the top of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
On the mound, Cade Johnson throwing for the Doc Stewarts, now with a lead to work with after the Docs scored 10 runs in the bottom of the second. A 1-0 pitch to Kellen Willer is in the air out towards center field. It is tracked down by Carson Dunn, one away to start things in the third inning.
Next batter, number 9, Cole Carnes.
Doc Stewart's baseball brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give him a call at 541-378-6694. Willer flies out to center for the first out. At the plate now, Cole Carnes taking ball one. Johnson quickly into his windup, will miss low for a 2-0 count. Doc Stewart's had 10 runs on 6 hits. There were no Grants pass errors and 2 men left on base. 2-0 delivery. Breaking ball misses outside to the lefty. Not Cole Collins, but Cade Johnson will issue a walk. That'll be his second walk allowed in this one, as Cole Carnes, who had a double his first time up, will get on base with 1 away. And A.J. Elzy, tough go for him defensively in right field that last half inning. He'll step in. He has an RBI single to his tally so far. Up the middle. A flip to second, the throw back to first. Not a double play. Brooks Avery with a flip to Logan Anderson at second. They'll get Carnes there for the second out. Back to first. Elzy just beating out the throw. Gets on with the fielder's choice. There's 2 away, and Dane Kissel will bat. Pickoff throw to first base, not in time. Two away. First pitch here to Kissel. Misses for ball 1. One-0 delivery. Runner going as the pitch gets by. In safely to second base will go Elzy. 2-0 count at the plate for Dane Kissel. Man in scoring position is Cade Johnson, now struggling a little bit to find the strike zone. Falls behind 3-0 against Kissel, who drew a walk in the first inning. The 3-0 pitch will catch the strike zone on the inside corner. The 3-1 grounder, left side, high chopper. Withers got to make a quick throw. Right on target to Evan Martin to finish off the frame. So the Doc Stewarts once again hold Grant's pass off the board here in the third. No runs, no hits, there were no errors, and there was 1 man left on base for the Nuggets. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Doc Stewart's lead at 10-4 here on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Cade Johnson, the pitcher for the Doc Stewarts, will bat to begin things here in the third. Doc Stewarts leading 10-4. First pitch, strike one for Johnson. Still the lefty on the mound. The ball popped up left side. Going back, Jay Selzy now circling back and will get underneath it for the catch to start things off in the third inning. Cade Johnson now 0 for 3 in the ball game. One away. Up to bat, Daniel Withers. Today's game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Out there on the mound, the lefty Caden Kunert still throwing for the Nuggets. A ball popped up, or excuse me, ball drilled towards shortstop, goes underneath the glove for Dane Kissel. And Daniel Withers on base for a third time. This will come on an error at short. First misplay of the outing for the Nuggets here in game one. One on, one away, and up to bat will be Evan Martin, who walked and scored a run in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch, strike one. To Evan Martin. Kunert looks like he's got different shoes on here for this half inning. That's positive. The 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate. Heading for second base will go Withers. He's into scoring position. A 1-1 count at the plate for Evan Martin. Yeah, different shoes. The tennis shoes were all white. Those have some black on them, so he borrowed somebody's cleats, and so far it's been a little bit more successful here in the third inning for Caden Kunert. Pitch goes back to the backstop on the 1-1. So a 2-1 count for Evan Martin, and up the third base now goes Daniel Withers as another wild pitch moving him up. Doc Stewart's leading this one. Another pitch misses, and Martin diving out of the way on that one. Now has a 3-0 count. Three-one pitch. Martin drills one. Knocked down by Rapp at third. Throws across the diamond. Will get him out at first base. Evan Martin, though, will drive in a run with his ground out. A nice play there by Kellen Rapp. 5-3 put out. 2 away. Scoring is Daniel Withers. So an RBI for Martin makes it 11-4. Doc Stewart's in front, 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Lone outside for ball one to start things off for Logan Anderson. Anderson walked twice in the second inning. Fouls one back, a 1-1 count. 1-1 delivery for Kunert is high. The 2-1 pitch, still falling around a little bit out there for Kunert. He ends up crumpling to the ground a bit there on the 2-1 delivery, and it's now a 3-1 count for Logan Anderson out in front in this at-bat. A hitter's pitch coming up. He'll take outside, has his third walk of the day. A 2-out walk. And the Docs leading 11-4 here in the bottom of the third. We'll bring up Sebastian Watson for a third time. Watson 1 for 1 in the game with 2 runs scored, a walk and a single. He drove in 2. Docs with 1 run in so far here in this third inning, leading 11-4. Pitch high and away, ball 1 to Sebastian Watson. Checking in, I saw a score on Pepsi there. Let's see. They may have just wrapped up actually already. A 1-0 delivery. Kunert high for a 2-0 count to Watson. The Sheldon Irish beating Pepsi 7-0 in game 1 of that doubleheader up in Eugene. Pickoff throw to first base. Anderson back in. Anderson, I heard the conversation, kind of overheard it down in the dugout. We played on the dirt field down in Grants Pass on Monday, and it would look as if Anderson didn't wash his pants. As a throw to the plate, goes to the backstop. Up to second base will go Logan Anderson. 3-0 count for Sebastian Watson. It would look like Anderson didn't wash his pants, but he was swearing to his teammates. He washed them like 3 times. He'd wash them, dry them, wash them, dry them, wash them, dry them, and just wouldn't come clean. As a walk issued to Sebastian Watson, his second walk in the ballgame. And here comes a visit out to the mound for the Nuggets. That's the case there. You've got to... you got to wonder if he was using detergent or not. Those pants are still filthy there for Logan Anderson, somewhat surprisingly. But he swore he washed them a bunch. I forget. I think it was Cade Johnson who was telling him, you can't dry them, then it just sets it, and that's the way they're going to be. It doesn't. If you dry them, then it's not going to change. That's just going to be the way it's going to be. Which, yes, learned that one the hard way as well. A pitching change coming here in the third inning. Doc Stewart's leading this one 11-4 as Caden Kunert comes out of the ball game. Looks like he'll stay in defensively, go to the outfield, and we get a new man on the mound. We'll tell you more about it after this 60-second timeout. Doc Stewarts are leading 11-4. We get a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Taking over on the mound for Grants Pass is going to be A.J. Elzy, who will take over for Caden Kunert, who goes 2 2/3 innings. Right now he's credited with 11 runs, on 6 hits, 9 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. So Kunert will head to the outfield. Looks like he'll play in right field. As Elzy will go to the mound, they'll just do a straight switch there between the two. So the Doc Stewarts leading by 7. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. They've got runners at first and second. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you're looking to make a change when it comes to your insurance coverage, why not get in touch with Chris Hubbard? He can help you deal with all of life's curveballs with life insurance coverage to fit your budget, plus coverage for your home and auto. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. So the Doc Stewarts in a good position here in Game 1. They have Logan Anderson at second, Sebastian Watson at first when play resumes. Saw A.J. Elzy tightening up the laces on his sneakers as he was getting ready for his pitching performance. Looked like he's just wearing tennis shoes as well. And it makes me wonder, I mean, the Docs play on this stuff every day. So they're used to having the cleats necessary for this field, but other teams making the trek here, it does make me wonder. I was looking at the shoes for Cole Carnes. He plays at Grants Pass. They've got artificial turf on their infield, so he probably has his molded cleats for that.
The next batter here
but
for the Doc Stewarts, number 4,
apparently maybe not everybody does. And A.J. Elzy at a Hidden Valley High School will take over on the mound. Third-team All-Stater at the catcher position. He's going to see what he's got on the mound for the Nuggets here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Runners are both running. No throw from behind the plate for Cole Carnes. A double steal on the first pitch to Knox Hubbard from the new man on the mound, A.J. Elzy. A 1-0 count. Double steal puts runners at second and third. Pitch high, 2-0 for Knox Hubbard, who had a triple to right field over the head of A.J. Elzy. Actually, that was the one that Elzy overran. The next one by Cole Collins got over his head. Strike across on the 2-0 pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike for Knox Hubbard. We're here in the bottom of the third. Docs with 1 run across so far. Pitch just high. 3 balls and a strike for Hubbard. Knox is the 5th hitter to the plate here in the 3rd inning. If either Logan Anderson or Sebastian Watson scores here in the 3rd inning, those would go to the total of Caden Kunert, now in right field. 3-1 pitch. Hubbs takes high for ball 4. 10th walk in the game for the Doc Stewarts. First for A.J. Elzy. Cole Collins, the 9-hitter, stands in. He is 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles and 3 RBI. All of that happening in the 2nd inning. At third base is Logan Anderson. Swing and a miss by Collins on a breaking ball for strike 1. Anderson at third, Watson at second, and Hubbard at first. Here in yet another lengthy half inning for the Nuggets. Today's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 1-1 count as the pitch comes in high. Doc Stewart's looking to try and win 3 straight. I think their longest win streak has been 4 straight games. Strike in on the 1-1 pitch. Cole Collins back in. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 2 away for A.J. Elzy. The reliever on the mound is 1-2 pitch. Fouled off just out in front of that one for Cole Collins. Got a piece of it off the end of the bat. Well, quiet one here today as this game has gotten a little offside, and it's been a bit of a slow game with all the walks issued by Grants Pass. A 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2. So talked about Grants Pass's defense kind of maybe checking out a little bit as the game slows down and a lot of walks issued. You're just standing around not doing a lot. Well, the fans, they can check out as well. Doc's trying to get him back into it with a base hit here. Ground ball, third base side. Rapp will field. He'll run to third base to get Sebastian Watson with the force out, and that will finish things off in the third inning. The Doc Stewarts will add one more run to their total. One run came in, no hits for the Doc Stewarts. One error for the Nuggets, and two runners make that three runners left on base. We'll go to the top of the fourth inning. Docs leading 11-4 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the fourth inning, Doc Stewarts leading by 7. After trailing 4-0 in the first inning, Doc Stewarts have come back and put it on the Grants Pass Nuggets. Leading things off for the fourth inning for Grants Pass, Davis Carr, Ryan Diotti, and Jace Elzy, the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up against Cade Johnson. Ball hit first base side. It's scooped up by Evan Martin, and he will race to the bag for the putout himself, one away, as Davis Carr goes down on the first pitch.
The next batter, number 5, Ryan Diotti.
That'll bring up Brian Diotti, who is 0 for 1 in the game, reached on an error his first time up. Left-handed batter. He had a pretty decent day down in Grants Pass against the Doc Stewarts on Monday. Pretty good hitter. He'll pull one foul first base side. Had a couple of good pokes against Evan Corbin and Colton Sywell down in Grants Pass. The 0-1 pitch to him. Hits the outside corner for strike 2. Cade Johnson trying to keep things at a minimum in this one. Try and see if he can move at least the Docs half inning defensively quickly. Get the Docs back up to bat to try and see if they can put this one away early. It's a swing and a miss on the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 for Ryan Diotti. He goes down swinging, and that is the second strikeout in the game for Cade Johnson. Another Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout for the Doc Stewarts pitching staff. 2 away. It'll be Jace Elzy to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second. Takes low and inside for a 1-0 count. Today's game brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. The 1-0 fouled off, and that one catching the hand for Knox Hubbard. Knox kind of grimacing and shaking out his hand there as soon as that ball was knocked away by Elzy. 1-1 count. Make that 2 away, leading things off here in the fourth inning. Up in Eugene at Sweet Johnson Stadium. That's the host site for the American Legion AAA State Tournament this year. The Challengers are hosting the Medford Mustangs. We'll try and get you a score update from that one. As a pitch high, 2 balls and a strike for Jace Elzy. We shipped off our score update up there to Eugene. Haven't heard back yet. Check swing, strike 2 called, and Elzy. Jace Elzy, the 9 hitter, has a 2-2 count. He reaches out on the 2-2 breaking ball, rolls one to Avery at short, and the toss across is good for the final out here in the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. A quick 1-2-3, top of the fourth inning for the Nuggets. Bottom of the fourth, Doc Stewart's leading 11-4 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Raffle tickets.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Doc Stewart's leading 11-4 here on 541radio.com and on the score. The video stream at 541radio.com is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Tonight's contest and all season here on the score, Doc Stewart's Baseball, sponsored by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Up to bat for the Doc Stewarts, top of the order, Brooks Avery. Breaking ball inside from A.J. Elzy, who has taken over on the mound. Caden Kunert gets credited with 11 runs allowed on the 6 hits over 2 2/3 innings. 1-0 pitch here for Avery. He pops one up. That could be playable third base side. Kellen Rapp will make the catch in foul territory. Had to wait a while for that one to come down, but he's in the right spot when it does. There's one away. Brings up Carson Dunn.
Now batting, number 3, Carson Dunn.
Carson Dunn 0 for 2 in this game with a pair of strikeouts. He's looking to make some amends as he takes high for ball 1. Seemed as if most everybody, Carson Dunn and Cade Johnson, they had the biggest issues against Caden Kunert, who by most accounts you'd say didn't have his stellar stuff. As a ground ball, fair ball down the third base side. Long throw, gets away at first. Heading for second will be done. He's into scoring position with 1 away. So that is a hit and then an error for Carson Dunn. A ground ball chopper third base side. Back behind the bag, Kellen Rapp, give him credit on even making a play on that ball. But a long throw, he rushed it, threw it high, and got off the glove of Kellen Willer at first, and that error allows Dunn to get to second base. So a hit and an error. Dunn will get his first hit. Cade Johnson also looking for some redemption here. Will bat with a man in scoring position. Takes outside for ball 1. As I was saying, Dunn and Johnson, they didn't do well against Kunert, but most everybody else did. Kunert did issue a lot of walks, so not a ton of hits for the rest of the roster, but for some reason, Carson Dunn and Cade Johnson, they both struggled to find a way on base. Johnson's 0 for 3 as the ball bounces in. Up the third base will go Carson Dunn. A 2-0 count for Cade Johnson. Dunn, unfortunately, won't get a stolen base there. It's a wild pitch that moves him up 90 feet. He's looking to add to his stolen base titles. Swing and a foul ball back by Johnson. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and a strike. On the mound, AJLZ bounces it in front of the plate. It gets away, and coming in to score is Carson Dunn. Another run comes in for the Doc Stewarts. Another wild pitch for the Nuggets. It's now 12-4. Doc's in front, still just 1 out. A 3-1 count for Cade Johnson, and nobody on base. The 3-1 here from LZ. Misses for ball 4. And on safely will be Cade Johnson.
Number 22, Daniel Withers.
That is the 11th walk issued for the Grants Pass pitchers. Pickoff throw to first base. Back in safely goes Johnson. First pitch down low. A 1-0 count for Withers at the plate. Inside, runner going down to second. The throw offline. In safely is Cade Johnson with a stolen base. Everybody else getting stolen bases except for Carson Dunn, who's been trying to add to him. Been trying to get his number up for chase of that record. The 2-0 pitch bounces in, 3-0 count for Daniel Withers with a man in scoring position now. .30 pitch in for a called strike at top of the zone against Withers. .31 pitch. Withers goes back to the mound. It's snagged by Elzy, who will toss overhand to first base. Up to third goes Cade Johnson. It's 2 away. And up to bat will be Evan Martin. With a man at third base and 2 down. Martin is 0 for 2 in this one. He does have an RBI on a ground out. AJLZ will take a pitch low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed out in front. One count here for Martin with 2 down, and Cade Johnson at third base. Doc's leading by 8, trying to get it to that 10-run margin. Then they'd be 3 outs away from wrapping this one up early. A pitch high, 2-1 count. So it looks like the challengers are putting it to Medford in game 1 of that doubleheader up in Eugene. 6-1 the score in that first game of a doubleheader. Swing and a foul ball for Martin. They're going to the bottom of the 5th in that game, with the Mustangs struggling to find much offense against the challengers in that series. The 2-2 pitch. Martin gets one down low in the zone and able to pull it, line it into left field. Docs will add another run. Martin gets his first hit and his second RBI of the ball game. Single for Evan Martin. Coming in to score Cade Johnson. Doc Stewarts lead at 13-4. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Logan Anderson has 3 walks to his total here in this one. Pickoff throw to first by Elsie. Back in goes Martin. Doc Stewart's going through the lineup for a fourth time in this ball game, and it's only the fourth inning. Pitch in the dirt, 1-0 for Anderson to start. A 1-0 count. That ball lifted to center field. Not very deep, and it will drop in front of Davis Carr. Gets over his head, and the runners will try to take an extra 90 feet. Throw to second will be not in time. Anderson has his first base hit. He'll end up with a double. Another extra base hit brought to you by BTB Moving. Evan Martin will make his way all the way to third. So 2 away. Been a bit of 2-out rally here for the Doc Stewarts. Back-to-back base hits. They've got 2 runners in scoring position. 13-4 the score, and up to bat will be Sebastian Watson, who has walked twice and had a single. First pitch to him. Ground ball to short, up the middle, gets by. Playing towards third base was Dane Kissel. 1 run scores. A second run will score. Ball gets away. Watson's going to go all the way to third. And the Doc Stewarts add 2 more. They're on top 15-4 with a man at third base and 2 away. That'll be a single. It drives in 2 for Sebastian Watson. And then he ends up at third base.
The next batter, number 4, Knox Hubbard.
That'll be a single. He took second on the throw. That ends up at third base on the throwing error. Knox Hubbard will bat. So the Docs now 3 outs away from making this a 5-run ball game. I'd like to say they got it over quick, but we've been into this one an hour and a half, so it hasn't necessarily shortened the length time-wise of this ball game. We've had some long innings here in this one. This is the 8th hitter to the plate for the Doc Stewarts. A 1-0 count for Knox Hubbard. And that one will bounce and hit him in the front foot to put him on base. Knox has been walked twice, a triple, and been hit by a pitch.
Now batting number 9, Cole Collins.
Cole Collins, the 9th hitter, up to the plate for the Docs here in the 4th inning. First pitch misses for ball 1. Cole Collins, a pair of doubles. It's driven in 3. He's batting with runners on the corners and 2 away. At third base, Sebastian Watson. Knox Hubbard at first. Pitch bounces in. Hubbard's going to go to second, and Watson will score. The Doc Stewarts keep adding runs and taking advantage of the opportunities provided by the Nuggets. Doc Stewarts Baseball Tonight brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family, because they are family. 3-0 count. It is now 16-4. The 3-0 pitch to Collins, ball 4, and he is on base, and the Doc Stewarts will send their 10th hitter to the plate here in the 4th inning. 3rd walk in the game for A.J. Elsie.
The next batter, number 5, Brooks Avery.
That brings in Brooks Avery to bat for a 5th time in this ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. He takes in the dirt for ball 1. The runners will hold as behind the plate Cole Carnes knocked it down. Will stay with it. There is some activity heading out to the bullpen for the Nuggets. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed out in front of it for Avery. Warm one today here in Roseburg, and it's only going to be getting warmer, thanking our lucky stars that we're not playing on Saturday. Is a 1-1 pitch in for a called strike. A ball and 2 strikes here for Avery, who's got 1 hit in 4 plate appearances. Also has a walk and a run scored. The 1-2 just outside. Taking a look at things right now. Saturday is supposed to be upper 90s. Right now we're looking at 81 degrees in Roseburg. Feels toasty up in the booth here. 2-2 pitch. Avery will golf that one in the air, foul, out of play on the first base side to stay alive. Today we hit a high of 86. Saturday looking at mid to upper 90s in Roseburg. Docs will be playing on Sunday. Pitch high and away. Count goes to 3-2. Three-two delivery. And that one goes off the helmet for Avery. So Brooks Avery will have to pick up the helmet. He tosses away all the other protections, and he'll sprint on down to first. Third hit batter in the ballgame for the Nuggets pitchers. Bases are now loaded.
The next batter, number 3, Carson Dunn.
That'll bring up Carson Dunn. Bases loaded. Dunn looking to try and do some damage. Pitch low, 2-0 count. 16-4 our ball game here. LZ fires in. That ball lifted out towards center field. Coming charging in. Davis Carr will make the catch to finish off the bottom of the 4th inning. Doc Stewarts will leave them loaded, but once again, the Docs will bat through the order. They put 5 runs on the board, and they lead this one 16-4. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Docs in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Both of them.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. Top of the 5th inning, Doc Stewart's leading big against the Grants Pass Nuggets in Game 1 of a twin bill. 16-4 our score, and on the mound, Cade Johnson is 3 outs away from wrapping this one up early, at least in the early by the number of innings played, not by time needed to complete the ball game. Cade Johnson will face the top of the order. Kellen Rapp will bat. He takes ball 1 to start things off. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? A 1-0 pitch, low and outside, 2-0 count. The 2-0 delivery misses high and inside, 3-0. And Cade Johnson's been off the mound for a little bit. He might be a little rusty here. 3-0 pitch. And there is ball 4. So not the way that Johnson wants to go. He needs just 3 outs. He's got a 12-run lead. Just want to try and find a way to get those outs. Don't want to make this last longer than it needs to. It already has. And out to the mound will go A.J. Doolittle, the pitching coach, which he might be looking to make just that statement.
One more time.
So,
for a chance for
Doc Stewarts need 3 outs. It'll be Caden Coonert, the right fielder of the bat.
065 453 97. 065 453.
Tonight's game also brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. First pitch, inside and low for a 1-0 count to Coonert, the lefty. High and away. And Cade Johnson's got to find the strike zone here. Johnson kicks and fires inside. 3-0 count, and he has not fired a strike here in the 5th inning so far to the Nuggets. And there's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. This is a game that is not the most entertaining or attractive style of baseball. Johnson with 4 walks in this contest. On the other side, 12 walks issued by the Nuggets pitchers, so 16 walks total. First pitch fouled back for strike 1 to Kellen Willer, who will stand in. Willer is 0 for 2 in the game, reached on an error in the first inning and scored a run. Ground ball to short, a chance for 2, flip to Anderson, back over to Martin. Avery, Anderson, Martin, the double play. And the Doc Stewarts are now 1 out away from getting through game 1 of our doubleheader. Cut down at second base was Caden Coonert. Willer out at first on the double play. And up to third base went Kalen Rapp. First pitch low for ball 1 from Johnson to Cole Carnes. Two-0 count as the ball misses high and away. Doc's leading by 12. In the dirt, ball gets by, runner coming home, no play at the plate. So it's a 3-0 count, and Cole Carnes will still be at the plate as a run comes in to score on the wild pitch. 3-0, and it's high and away. Third walk issued here in the 5th inning for Cade Johnson. That's 5 walks total in the contest.
The next batter, number 6, A.J. Elzy.
First pitch misses again for Johnson, and he's just got to find the zone here. Johnson has been he's been probably one of the top pitchers for the Docs here this season, but today he walks a bit of an issue. He'll give up a single to left field. 2-out single for A.J. Elzy, his second hit of the contest. Runners at first and second with 2 away. The Nuggets would need to score twice here to keep this ball game going. They'd have to get it to 16-7 at least to be able to keep this game alive and force the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 away. Up to bat for the Nuggets is Dane Kissel. Out to the mound, Knox Hubbard went out there to have a conversation with Cade. Just need one more for the Docs here. Runners at first and second. Back to the backstop for strike 1 for Dane Kissel, who's 0 for 1 of the game. He grounded out to third and has walked. The 0-1 delivery. Ooh, that pitch looked pretty good. Just misses outside, a 1-1 count. That ball hit left side, and it's Brooks Avery. Gets it to Logan Anderson at second base for the 3rd out, and the Doc Stewarts will wrap it up there. Dane Kissel grounds into the fielder's choice to finish off game 1 of today's doubleheader for the Nuggets in the 5th inning. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Doc Stewart errors and 2 men left on base. So the final score is going to be 16-5. Doc Stewarts will get the win. Docs will improve to 6-5 on the season in league play. 15-13-1 overall. For the Nuggets, they go to 4-20 and 0-11 in league play. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will head to your Neal Company Real Estate postgame show and wrap up game 1 and get you ready for game 2. I was going to mention there that coming up in between games, our interview guest tonight is going to be Waylon McKnight. So stick around in between games. We'll have that interview with Waylon McKnight coming up for you as we make our way towards game 2. But first, it's the Neal Company Real Estate postgame show. We'll wrap up game 1 for you here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Game one of our doubleheader is in the books. Doc Stewart's a winner against the Grants Pass Nuggets. 16-5 the final score in 5 innings. Getting the win will be Cade Johnson. Taking the loss will be Caden Cooner. Final numbers from this one: 5 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and 4 men left on base for the Nuggets. For the Doc Stewarts, 16 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and 10 men left on. Cade Johnson pitches all 5 innings, gets the win. He gives up 5 runs on 5 hits, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Caden Cooner, taking the loss, goes 2 2/3 innings, gives up 11 runs on 6 hits, 9 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Doc Stewarts were down 4-0 after the first inning, but then get 10 runs in the bottom of the second to jump in front, added 1 in the third, 5 in the fourth to pull ahead by 10 plus. And the Nuggets would get 1 in the top of the 5th, but wouldn't get enough to try and keep the game going as the Doc Stewarts win on the mercy rule in 5. Doc Stewarts will improve to 6-5 on the season in Area 4 play, 15-13-1 on the year overall. Grants Pass now 4-20 on the season and 0-11 in league play. We'll go ahead and take another 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at more of the individual numbers from game 1 of our doubleheader. And, of course, stick around as we'll have your interview with Waylon McKnight coming up here in between games. This is the Neal Company Real Estate Postgame Show. Since 1977, their team works to provide the most efficient and effective property management and real estate services. Find available properties and rentals at nealco.com. Back after the break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller? When businesses were local and gave back to the community? At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Final in game one is 16-5. Doc Stewarts with the win. Taking a look at individual numbers from this one for the Grants Pass Nuggets. Kellen Rapp 1 for 2 with a run scored. Caden Kunert 1 for 2 with a run scored. Let's see here. Cole Carnes goes 1 for 1 with 2 walks, a double, a run scored, and an RBI. AJ Elzy was 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, had an RBI and a run scored. A walk for Dane Kissel goes 0 for 2. Davis Carr 0 for 2. Ryan Diotti was 0 for 2, and Jace Elsey 0 for 2 at the bottom of the order. As for the Doc Stewarts, they had 8 of their 9 batters record a hit in this one. Brooks Avery goes 1 for 3 with a run scored, had a walk in there. Also was hit by a pitch. Carson Dunn 1 for 4 with a run scored, hit by a pitch. He did strike out twice. Cade Johnson was 0 for 3, drew a walk and scored a run. He had 2 stolen bases. Daniel Withers was 1 for 3 with a 2-run double. He scored twice and had the 2 RBI. Evan Martin goes 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. Logan Anderson 1 for 1 in the game. He walked 3 times, had a double, scored 3 times in this game as well. Sebastian Watson scores 3 times. He goes 2 for 2. He had 2 walks and 2 singles with 4 RBI. Knox Hubbard 1 for 1 in the game with 2 walks and was hit by a pitch. He had a 2-run triple for 2 RBI. And Cole Collins goes 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. He drives in 3 and scores a run in this one. Doc Stewart's a big offensive outpouring in game 1. They'll see if they've got some left in the tank for game 2 coming up here in just a few moments. So that's going to do it for the Neal Company Real Estate Postgame Show for Game 1 of our doubleheader. We are going to end the broadcast for Game 2. For those that are watching, we will start a new broadcast for Game 2. Now, we're going to have to create a new one, so it's going to take a minute. And if you're watching at 541radio.com, give us a second. We'll get it posted up there. Or you can go to our YouTube channel and just watch it there directly. It'll be up there as soon as we get it started. So there's some options for you. You can watch the game on 541radio.com or just go to YouTube, type in 1490 The Score, search for our channel, hit the subscribe button, and then you'll have it bookmarked there to go right to our page every time we've got Doc Stewart's Baseball on the air. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to end the video broadcast for Game 1. Game 2 will be coming up here momentarily. When we come back, we'll have your Roseburg Disposal pregame show and a word with Waylon McKnight. Doc Stewart's Baseball has been brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And the video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll go ahead and take the break. When we come back, it's Waylon McKnight joining us as we get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay, so this is 3 minutes.